This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social. I'm here and I think it may be the first time I've ever been joined by you. We've had our colleagues interview you, but the first time for myself, Alycia Baumgardner. You're here, Abu Dhabi, ahead of a great week of boxing here. How are you?
I'm blessed, super blessed, happy to be here, excited to be in Abu Dhabi for fight week and, you know, just living a dream.
Well, before we go on to this fight week, let's reflect on yourself, because we had that amazing historic night at the O2 Arena where you fought Mikaela and Clarissa Shields, fought Savannah Marshall and all the other brilliant female talent on the undercard. For you, I can just see your smile now. You're so happy thinking about it. Let's just go into the fight itself. Was it the fight that you expected with Mikaela?
You know, it was easy. It was an easy fight for me. I honestly thought I was going to see a different mayor in there, which I was prepared for as well. But one thing that a professional does is they're good at what they do, and that's exactly what I did. I dominated.
Well, since then you've came out and you've said that you'd end her career in the rematch. Obviously the rematch was something that she was asking for straight away. I know that you'll be eager to get that Choi fight, which I do want to go into, because there's a few strange things with Choi in itself. In fact, I don't think she's ever fought, apart from that Golovkin undercard away from South Korea, but we will go into that. But just on that statement, if this rematch does get made down the line, whether that be at a higher division, the same division after you get the Undisputed crown, in your eyes, I know you've said to other outlets, but how does that fight play out? You
know, anything can happen in boxing. Anything, you know, I'm all for options, but right now I have my mind set on Undisputed, and that's my focus. That's my focus point. So again, we never know what boxing holds. I'm here to make history. I'm here to be a legend in the sport and be in the Hall of Fame. So we can always run it back, but it's going to be always on my terms.
Well, I really love your story, because I think it was Eddie Hearn shared something. It must have been a year or so ago when you got that Terry Harper shot. I think you only had 6,000 followers on Instagram and you were like, give me this chance, give me this chance. You took the chance and you've seized it ever since. Is it a bit of a pinch yourself moment when you look back to 2.5 years ago and you think, you know what, I've done so well? But also, this is everything that you would have believed that you would have been able to do, but you've finally been given the ability to perform and show firsthand.
Absolutely. I had a dream, I had a goal, right? And I believed in myself, and I took advantage. I was DMing Eddie, like, I need a fight, give me an opportunity. I don't care who I fight, it doesn't matter, I will win. And that opportunity came, and the rest is history. I bet it on myself, you know? And that's a story, to say I went to someone else's backyard to fight them, and then to fight, quote unquote, the best girl at 130, Mikaela, I beat her too. Like, hello, like, let's pay attention to the real story here.
Well, let me talk about Choi, because I was grilling Frank Smith on Zoom a couple of weeks back. Caitlin's handing over the wristband. That's your Boxing Social name drop. I was grilling Frank because obviously Choi was meant to fight Harper. And then I think Harper pulled out with an injury, and then we've not seen anything of her. I know she fought on that Golovkin undercard, and we know what people on Twitter are like and stuff, but I have to laugh, and I don't really like saying things bad about other boxers, but in this instance, and we've laughed on Twitter, it does feel like she's holding that belt hostage a little bit, in the fact that she hasn't really defended it against the best. She's keeping it in her own nation. How difficult is it going to be to get that fight over the line with her, do you think, seeing as she's not really cooperated all that much in the past?
You know, just with anything, you have to have patience. You have to have patience in this sport. I understand that things happen the way they happen, but all I know is what I'm supposed to do. I allow my team to work on those aspects of it. I am vocal about wanting the fight, so we just have to see where that takes us. But again, patience is everything.
I know, no real conversations and stuff have just been discussed as of yet. Well, as far as I'm aware, but if I asked you gut feeling, do you think that is the next fight for you? Do you think that all parties will make ends meet and allow that big fight to happen?
So they are aware that we want the fight. There has been discussion. Again, you know, boxing, it's so up and down, and at the end of the day, we want this fight. So either way, y'all gonna see me.
Alycia, thank you very much for speaking to us at Boxing Social. Just lastly from me, I spoke about sort of how big that female all-card was at the O2, but just a message to some of your supporters, because I was interviewing a couple of the girls ahead of that card, and I said, look, there's going to be a few young girls and even young boys as well saying, look, Mum, I want to be like them on TV, and you will be one of those role models now. So a message to some of those people who look at you in the TV and be like, I want to be like her.
Yeah, so keep pushing in everything that you do. Never give up. I know that's so cliche to say never give up, but really, like, you're going to go through things. You're going to have hardships. You're going to have trials and tribulations. But if you keep your faith, if you pray and execute, things will happen the way they're supposed to, as long as you have that faith. So, keep pushing in life. Who cares if you get a no? The next person will say yes.
Alycia, thank you so much for your time and speaking to us at Boxing Social.